I hereby call the seventh day of the seventh special session of the 20th Congress to session. May we all rise for a moment of silent prayer. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Alick, Senator Aritos, Senator Viguer, Senator Goland, Floor Leader Harper, Senator Kunman, Senator Ned, Senator Panuelo,
Aye.
Senator Perman, Senator Romulo, Senator Ismail, Senator Wally, Speaker Semina, Acting Speaker Moses.
Amen.
Mr. Speaker, 12 members are present.
Thank you, Chief Clerk. That means that we have a quorum this morning. Next item is reading of the journal. Floor Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress dispense with the reading of the journal. If no objection, we will vote. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress has now dispensed with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item 5, Mr. Speaker, Presidential Communications. We do not have any.
Continue.
Item 6, FSM Supreme Court Communications. None. Item 7, Member Communications.
Speaker, point of privilege.
State your point.
Speaker, good morning to you and good morning to all members and those who are observing from the gallery. I have here a list of individuals and officials who are observing our session this morning. May I kindly on our behalf introduce them for recognition. We have, first of all, the Speaker of our Colonia town, the only Honorable Chuck Harris. Can we welcome him and give him a round of applause, please? Thank you. We also are here, and I know he's here for a good purpose. We have a bill before Congress, our administrator for the FSM Social Security Program. Let's welcome our friend Alex Naroon. We also have a constituent and a good friend as well, Mr. Calio Edwin, who's with the FSM PMU. Let's welcome him as well. Thank you. And Cheryl Perkentine, who's always observing our session representing the U.S. Embassy. Let's also give her a round of applause, please. Thank you, Speaker. I think that's all who I have here on the list. I hope others can recognize if I miss out anyone. And of course, I'm sorry, we also welcome Petrus Baldassar, who's here on behalf of the President's office. So let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Panuelo. It's always nice to have our citizens and other friends observing our sessions. I just hope that we could utilize the chairs that we have in the gallery. Chief Clerk, continue.
Item 7, Member Communications. None, Mr. Speaker. Item 8, Departmental Communications. None. Item 9, Agency or Governmental Authority Communications. None. Item 10, State Communications. Also none. Item 11, State Supreme Court Communications. None. Item 12, Municipal or Town Communications. There are none. And item 13, Foreign Government Communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chief Clerk. Order of the day.
Short recess, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. We are on order of the day. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, item 14, Standing Committee Reports. There are none. Item 15, Special Committee Reports. None also.
Next item.
Item 16, for assignment of measures and communications, we have a referral sheet number 20-109.
Chairman and members, please take note.
Item 17, unfinished business, none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 18, bill calendar.
First bill,
Mr. Speaker,
Floor Leader Harper, you have the floor.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. If there may be no objection, I move that we go down to item number 19, resolution calendar. I so move.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress go down to item number 19 on the calendar today, which is resolution calendar. Any objection? If none, we shall vote on the said motion. All those in favor of the said motion, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carried. We are now on item 19, resolution calendar.
Short recess.
Short recess. Let's go back. Congress is back in session. Floor Leader, you have the floor.
Speaker, I don't know whether I have made any motion on the resolution.
So, if no resolutions, I shall rule that Congress move back up to item number 16.
Excuse me, Speaker, can we recess again?
Short recess. Congress goes back into session. I withdraw my earlier ruling. We are still on resolution calendar. Floor Leader
Speak.
Harper, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to place resolution number 20-194 on resolution calendar for today for action.
It's been moved and seconded that CR number 20-194 be placed on resolution calendar. You still have the floor. Chief Clerk, next resolution.
Mr. Speaker, we have constitutional resolution number 20-194 for adoption. CR number 20-194 is a resolution expressing the sincere sadness and condolences of the 20th Congress of the Federated States of Micronesia to the family of the late Mrs. Chieko Edward Semina at her passing on March 7, 2019.
Floor Leader Harper.
Speaker, I stand corrected, but I think we haven't passed the motion to place. We have already?
Short recess. The motion pending now is placement of CR number 20-60. And if no objection, we'll vote on its placement. All those in favor of placing CR number 20-60 on today, 20-194, I'm sorry, 20-194 for placement on today's resolution calendar. If no objection, we vote. All those in favor of placement of CR number 20-194, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carried. CR number 20-194 has been placed on today's calendar for action.
Speaker, I take it that whatever rules that may impede our action on these are suspended.
Please make that motion. Floor Leader. It's been moved. Any second? It's been moved and seconded that any rule that may impede our action on placement of CR number 20-194 be suspended. If no objection, we shall vote. All those in favor of the said motion say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. The rules are now suspended.
Speaker,
Floor Leader, you have the floor.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move for the adoption of said resolution.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt Congressional Resolution number 20-194. Any discussion? If no discussion, and no objection, we shall vote on the said resolution. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress has now adopted CR number 20-194. Next resolution.
Speaker.
Chairman Romulo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning to members. I wish to make a motion to recall action on CR number 20-185. So move.
It's been moved and seconded that,
So recess, Mr. Speaker.
Is the proper term
short recess. Congress is back in session. Chairman Romulo, please restate your motion.
Thank you, Speaker. Motion to reconsider action on CR number 20-185. So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress reconsider Congressional Resolution number 20-185. Any
Speaker,
discussion?
may I just ask the reason for reconsideration?
Care to
Thank
venture?
you. Thank you, Speaker and floor. The reason being that I wish to make a motion to reconsider. I did not have a chance to, or wasn't given a chance to make motion on this resolution yesterday, which I thought it's appropriate that I make the motion as a chairman of JNGO. And I personally did not receive and have not conducted a hearing on this resolution per the understanding that the committee that was selected after the conference to meet again and discuss the recommendations that the special committee that put together the result of the conference or the workshop. So we did not have the committee, the JNGO committee have not have the chance to meet to look at what has been put in the resolution before we adopted yesterday. And I was going to defer action on the said resolution yesterday, but was not given that
Short
session.
recess.
Thank you.
Short recess. Back in session. Main motion now is to reconsider 20-185, and the motion is not debatable, so we'll vote. All those in favor of the said motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
Motion carried. The resolution 20-185 is now reconsidered. Is now placed on the resolution calendar.
Point of privilege.
State your point.
Now that the resolution has been reconsidered, may I ask the chairman of the JNO committee to do a diligent work on it? I have some proposed amendment. When it comes to that point, I will offer. Thank you.
Okay, so Chairman Romulo, what do you want to do? You're going to defer?
Yes.
Okay, state your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to defer action on CR number 20-185 to the next session of Congress.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress defer action on CR number 20-185. Any discussion? Any objection? If none, we will vote on the deferment of CR number 20-185. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay.
Nay.
Motion carried. Congress has now deferred 20-185 to the next session.
Short recess.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. We're still on resolution calendar.
Speaker,
Floor Leader Harper, you have the floor.
short recess again?
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Floor Leader Harper, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to reconsider resolution number 20-194.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress reconsider CR number 20-194. The subject is not debatable, so we will vote on the said motion. All those in favor of reconsidering CR number 20-194 say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress is now going to consider CR number 20-194.
Speaker.
Floor Leader Harper, you have the floor.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I wish to make minor amendments to the resolution, if proper. At line 6, after the semicolon, delete those now, comma, therefore, and in place thereof, put in and then those other whereases will also follow, and yeah, the rest of it will just follow as it is. So move, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded, the offered oral amendments by Florida Harper be adopted. Any objection? If not, we will vote on the said amendments offered by Florida Harper, and let the record reflect that the rules are suspended that may impede our actions on offering amendments that may impede our action. All those in favor of the said amendment say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. The offered floor amendments by Florida Harper are adopted. We now have CR number 20-194 CD1. The motion now is to adopt CR number 20-194. Any discussion? If no objection, we will vote on the adoption of CR number 20-194 CD1. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress has now adopted CR number 20-194. Next resolution, Chief Clerk.
Speaker,
Florida Harper.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I ask to be excused now?
Of course.
Can we vote on first reading? The first one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chief Clerk. Next resolution.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there are none, I will rule that we go back up to item number 18, bill calendar. Chief Clerk, please read the first bill.
Mr. Speaker, we have a functional bill number 20-158 for first reading from your Committee on Health and Social Affairs, attached to Standing Committee Report number 20-102. CP number 20-158 is a bill for an act to amend section 603, 604, 607, 708, 801, 803, 804, and 806 of Title 53 of the Code of the Federal States of Micronesia as annotated, to clarify, define, and revise the administration, contribution collections, and benefits of the Federal States of Micronesia's Social Security, and for other purposes.
Chairman Perman.
Thank you, Speaker. Motion to pass on first reading on CP number 20-158.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that CB number 20-158 be passed on first reading. Discussion?
Question.
If no discussion, question has been called for and debate is closed. We shall vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Alec, Senator Aritos, Senator Figueroa,
No.
Senator Coland, Senator Floor Leader Harper, Senator Conman, Senator Net, Senator Panuelo,
Hey, bye.
Senator Perman, Senator Romulo, Senator Ursmal, Senator Welly, Speaker Semina, Acting Speaker Moses.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 11 members voted for, Senator Figueroa voted no.
Thank you, Chief Clerk.
Short recess, Mr.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Congress has passed on first reading, CP number 20-158. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, we have CB number 20-291 for second reading. CB number 20-291. It's a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $7 million from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2019, for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of Yap, Kushai, Pohnpei, and Chuk states, and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to defer the action on the bill to the end of the bill calendar.
Any second? Any second?
No second. Short recess.
Short recess. There was a motion by Chairman Figueroa to defer
Second.
action on CB number 20-291 to the end of the calendar, just seconded by Chairman Perman. Any objection? If none, we will vote on the said motion. The current motion is to defer CB number 20-291 to the end of the bill calendar. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, we have CP number 20-292, CD3 for second reading. CP number 20-292, CD3. It's a bill for an act to amend sections 138 and 9 of Public Law number 20-131 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-154 and 20-159 in order to appropriate $11,260,000 of additional funds from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2019, to provide funding for the National Scholarship and the FSM Trust Fund and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
I move for the passage of Congress Bill 20-92 on second and final reading.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass CB number 20-292, CD3 on second and final reading.
Speaker.
Discussion. Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Have we voted on the motion? No, sorry. I have a proposed written amendment that I wish to offer, and the amendment is quite lengthy, and I ask that it be inserted into the bill. So if no objection, I move for the adoption of the proposed written amendment, and it's been distributed, duplicated and distributed, and I believe all the members have read and understood, so I so move for the adoption of the proposed written amendment.
Any second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt floor amendment to CB number 20-92 offered by Senator Figueroa be adopted. Discussion?
Short recess, Speaker.
Short recess. We are currently on discussion on the floor amendment to CB number 20-292 CD3 offered by Senator or Chairman Figueroa. Any discussion?
Question.
If no discussion, question has been called for. And if no objection, we shall vote on the floor amendment to CB number 20-292 CD3 offered by Senator Chairman Figueroa. All those in favor of the said amendment say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress has now adopted the floor amendment offered by Chairman Figueroa to CB number 20-292 CD3. We now have CB number 20-292 CD4. Any more discussion?
Question.
Speaker.
Second.
Chairman Urusma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I believe there is also a proposed amendment by yours truly to the bill, and it's been duplicated, distributed, printed and distributed to all members. Unless you direct the Chief Clerk to read, I take it that everyone has read it. So I so move.
It's been moved and seconded that the amendment to CB number 20-292 CD4 offered by Chairman Rusmal be adopted. Short recess.
Speaker,
Congress is back in session. We are now on discussion of the floor amendment to CB number 20-292 CD4 offered by Chairman Rusmal.
Can we have the chief clerk read it out?
Speaker, before we discuss the amendment, I just want the record to reflect that the rule is still suspended, and that is the rule that prohibits a substantial amendment to the second reading. I understand it's still,
The rules are suspended that may impede our action on CB number 20-292 CD4.
Mr. Speaker, it wasn't suspended when the good chairman made his amendment, so I take it that the amendment is not in order.
I also move for the amendment.
We're still on discussion on CB number 20-292 CD4 on the amendment offered by Chairman Rusmal.
Can we have the
Discussion.
chief clerk read it?
Can you read the amendment, please, Chief Clerk?
Mr. Speaker, floor amendment to CB number 20-292 CD4 offered by Chairman Joseph J. Rusmal. Item 1 of the amendment on page 2, line 6, delete the figure 7,129,360 and insert the figure 6,779,360 in lieu thereof. Item 2 of the amendment on page 3, line 14, delete the figure 1,840,000 and insert the figure 1,490,000 in lieu thereof. Item 3, page 3, line 19, delete the figure 120,000 and insert the figure 95,000 in lieu thereof. Item 4, page 3, line 24, delete the figure 220,000 and insert the figure 170,000 in lieu thereof. Item 5, page 4, line 2, delete the figure 260,000 and insert the figure 210,000 in lieu thereof. Item 6, page 4, line 5, delete the figure 500,000 and insert the figure 400,000 in lieu thereof. Item 7, page 4, line 8, delete the figure 520,000 and insert the figure 420,000 in lieu thereof. Item 8, page 4, line 11, delete figure 750,000 and insert the figure 600,000 in lieu thereof. Item 9, page 4, line 14, delete the figure 790,000 and insert the figure 640,000 in lieu thereof. Item 10, page 4, line 19, delete the figure 220,000 and insert the figure 170,000 in lieu thereof. And item 11, page 4, line 22, delete the figure 270,000 and insert the figure 220,000 in lieu thereof.
There you have it. We're still on discussion on the said amendment offered by Chairman Rusmal. Any more discussion? If none,
Did I already make the motion to adopt, Mr. Speaker?
short recess. Congress is back in session. We are still on discussion of the floor amendment offered by Chairman Rusmal to CB number 20-292 CD4. If no more discussion, we shall vote on the said amendment offered by Chairman Rusmal. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
Motion not carried. We still have CB number 20-292 CD4. Any discussion? If no discussion, question has been called for. Congress will now vote on CB number 20-292 CD4 by roll call of delegations.
State of Truth, Chairman Aritos. State of Pompey, Chairman Panuano.
Amen.
State of Kushaya, Chairman Wali. State of Yap, Chairman Usman. Chairman Usman. Mr. Speaker, all the 4 states 4-4.
With that,
So recess,
Congress,
Mr. Speaker.
with that, Congress has passed on second and final reading CB number 20-292, CD4 on second and final reading.
So recess.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Chief Clerk, please read the next bill.
Mr. Speaker, we have CB number 20-255 for second reading. CB number 20-255 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-85 as amended by Public Law number 19-155 by amending sections 2, 4, and 6, renumber section 7 as section 9, and by adding new sections 7 and 8 to add the role of chief negotiator of the amended Compact of Free Association with the United States of America to the responsibilities of the Joint Committee on Compact Review and Planning, or JCRP, to make other modifications with respect to the financial management of JCRP and for other purposes.
Speaker, recess.
Short recess. Congress back in session.
Speaker.
Chairman Golan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I may not be out of order, Mr. Speaker, I move that we go back to CP 20-292. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Any second? Second?
So recess.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Chief Clerk
Speaker.
just read the CB number 20-255. I believe the bill was assigned to Ways and Means, so Chairman Figueroa.
Move the Congress Bill number 20-255 be deferred to the end of the bill calendar.
It's been moved and seconded that CB number 20-255 be moved to the end of the bill calendar. If no objection, we will vote on the said motion. Motion to defer CB number 20-255 to the end of the calendar. We will vote. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. CB number 255 has been moved to the end of the bill calendar.
Speaker.
Next bill. Chairman Golan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that we go back to CP 20-292. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Second. Recess.
Short recess. Restate your motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that we reconsider CP 20-292.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress reconsider CB number 20-292 CD4 for action.
So recess, Mr.
Short
Speaker.
recess. Congress is back in session. Chairman Golan, please restate your motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we withdraw my motion on the CP 20-292.
It's been moved and seconded that the motion offered by Chairman Golan to reconsider CB number 20-292 be adopted. All those in favor say aye.
Third recess.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. The motion now is for the withdrawal of Chairman Golan's previous motion, and it's been seconded. So all those in favor of the motion to withdraw that previous motion, say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Chairman Golan, you still have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. If I may not be out of order, Mr. Speaker, I move that we go back to CP 20-291.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress can move back to CB number 20-291 for second and final reading. Chief Clerk, please read the title.
Mr. Speaker, 20-291, it's a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $7 million from the General Fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2019 for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of Yap, Krishai, Pohnpei, and Chuk states, and for other purposes.
Chairman Figure.
Move for the passage of the said bill on second and final reading.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass CB number 20-291 and second and final reading. Discussion.
Speaker,
Chairman Roosevelt, you have the
I just
floor.
suggest that when we do public projects, we name the states in alphabetical order. Every time I read Yap being first on the list, makes me feel think that Yap is the one pushing for the public project bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Figure. Any more discussion?
Speaker.
Chairman Panuelo, you have the floor.
Yeah, Speaker, I wish to offer written amendments. They have been distributed and it's here with members. I move that floor amendment to CB number 20-291 be adopted.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt floor amendment to CB number 20-291 offered by Chairman Panuelo be adopted. Discussion.
Speaker.
Chairman Perman, you have the floor.
Thank you. Speaker, I have oral amendment on your behalf. On page 4, line 26, letter F, Netch Road paving, delete 100,000 and put down 75,000. On the next line down, G, Wu Roads paving 100,000 and put 85,000. On the bottom of the page where it says L, M, parentheses M, Paliais Netch Road construction for 25,000 and parentheses N, Awak Likin Pain Awak School multi-purpose building for 15,000. So move, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the oral amendment offered by Chairman Perman be adopted to the amendment offered by Chairman Panuelo.
Speaker,
Chairman Panuelo? Well, who's? Chairman Artis.
thank you, Speaker. I have an oral amendment to the amendment. On page 6.
Short recess. We'll get to that. We're still on the discussion of the offered amendment, oral amendment by Chairman Perman to Chairman Panuelo's amendment. Any discussion?
Question.
If none, we will vote. If no objection, we will vote on the offered oral amendment by Senator Perman, Chairman Perman, to the offered floor amendment offered by Chairman Panuelo. All those in favor of the said amendment, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carried. We are now on the floor amendment to CB number 20-291 offered by Chairman Panuelo as amended. Chairman Artis.
Thank you, Speaker. I have a oral amendment to Panuelo's amendment. On page 6, on letter E, sonar system, delete the system and insert freezer, sonar freezer in lieu thereof. And on letter N, in operation Chuk State, delete Chuk State and insert Fajuk region. So move, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the offered amendments to amendments by Chairman Artis to the offered amendment by Chairman Panuelo be adopted. Any discussion? If none, we shall vote on the offered amendment oral amendment by Chairman Aritos to Chairman Panuelo's amendment be adopted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. We are now back to the floor amendment to CB number 20-291 offered by Chairman Panuelo as amended twice. Chairman Willie?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also have a floor amendment that I wish to offer to amendment made by Chairman Panuelo. It's on page 2, sub-item R, just delete the word PAC, P-A-C-K, and insert the word system in lieu thereof. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Chairman Willie to the amendment offered by Chairman Panuelo on CB number 20-291 be adopted. Any discussion? If none, we shall vote on the offered oral amendment by Chairman Willie to Chairman Panuelo's floor amendment be adopted. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. We are now back to the floor amendment offered by Chairman Panuelo to CB number 20-291 as amended 3 times. Discussion? If none, we will vote on the offered floor amendment to CB number 20-291 offered by Senator Chairman David Panuelo. All those in favor of the amendment say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. We now have CB number 20-291 CD1. Discussion? If no discussion, no objections, question has been called. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
State of Chuck, Chairman Aritos.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Panuelo.
Aye.
State of Koshai, Chairman Willie. State of Yap, Chairman Worsmal. Mr. Speaker, all the 4 states voted for.
With that, Congress has passed on second and final reading CB number 20-291. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Chief Clerk, next bill.
Mr. Speaker, we have CB number 20-304 CD1 for second reading. CB number 20-304 CD1. It's a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-124 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-133, 19-140, 19-150, 20-5, 20-15, 20-33, 20-48, 20-63, and 20-156 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other programs in the state of Chuuk and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
The bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass CB number 20-304 on second and final reading. Discussion?
Speaker.
Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of Senator Golan, I have in my possession a written amendment from him that I wish to offer for incorporating into the bill. The proposed amendment is written and been distributed, and it's mostly corrective or technical correction in the bill.
Short recess, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. We are on the floor amendment to CB number 20-304 CD1 offered by Victor Golan and offered by Chairman Figueroa.
Question.
Chief Any discussion?
Question.
If none, question has been called for and no objection, we shall vote on floor amendment to CB number 20-304 CD1 offered by Senator Golan and introduced on the floor by Chairman Figueroa. All those in favor of the floor amendment, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carried. Floor amendment to CB number 20-304 CD1 has been passed or adopted. Now we have CB number 20-304 CD2. Discussion?
Move for the main motion.
If there's no objection, we shall vote on CB number 20-304 CD2 on second and final reading by roll call of delegations.
State of Chuuk, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Penuelo. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap, Chairman Orsmal. Mr. Speaker, all the 4 states voted in favor.
With that, we have Congress has passed CB number 20-304 CD2 on second and final reading. Let me just clarify that since the departure of the floor leader, Chairman Orsmal is now the acting floor leader. Chief Clerk, continue. Next bill.
Mr. Speaker, the next bill is CB number 20-306 for second reading. CB number 20-306 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-54 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-62, 19-75, 19-79, 19-99, 19-119, 20-4, and 20-127 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Chuuk and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
I move that we continue to stay in confusion and move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
It's been moved and seconded that CB number 20-306 be passed on second and final reading. Discussion? If no objection, debate is closed. We'll now vote on CB number 20-306 on second and final reading by roll call of delegations.
State of Chuuk, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Penuelo.
Hey, Mai.
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap, Chairman Orsmal. Mr. Speaker, all the 4 states voted for.
With that, Congress has passed CB number 20-306 on second and final reading. Short recess. So, Chief Clerk, next bill.
Mr. Speaker, we have CB number 20-255, which was deferred to the end of today's calendar. This is a bill to further amend Public Law number 19-85 as amended by Public Law 19-155 by amending sections 2, 4, and 6, renumber section 7 as section 9, and by adding new section 7 and 8 to add the role of chief negotiator of the amended Compact of Free Association with the United States of America to the responsibilities of the Joint Committee on Compact Review and Planning, or JCRP, to make other modifications with respect to the financial management of JCRP and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the said bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass CB number 20-255 on second and final reading. Discussion? Chairman Penuelo, you have the floor.
Yeah, Speaker, thank you. I wish to offer the following floor amendments, oral amendments to the CB 20-55. On page 2, line 5, delete the word president and insert JCRP. Page 2, line 8, after JCRP, RB member, insert, if the chief negotiator is chosen among the existing 9 members, that member shall not receive additional remuneration for the duties of the chief negotiator. So move, Mr.
Second.
Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendments to CB number 20-155 be adopted. 255. Short recess. This is back in session. Chairman Panuelo, you still have the floor.
Speaker, thank you. The purpose of the oral amendment is to make the JCRB's existing members appoint the chief negotiator, who can be from among their own ranks. If the chief negotiator is chosen among the existing members, the appointed members shall not receive additional compensation for the additional duties. Thank you.
Thank you. The amendment offered by, any more discussion on the amendment? Okay. If no objection, we will now vote on the offered floor oral amendment by Chairman Panuelo to CB number 20-255. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. We now have CB number 20-255 CD1. Any more discussion? If no objection, debate is closed. We will now vote on second and final reading of CB number 20-255 by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
State of Job, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Panuelo.
Hey, Mai.
State of Kushai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap, Chairman Orsmal. Mr. Speaker, all the 4 states voted for.
With that, Congress has passed on second and final reading CB number 20-255 CD1. Next bill.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Resolution calendar.
Speaker.
Chairman Berman.
Thank you, Speaker. I don't know whether this is right. It should be HSA. I think it's Ways and Means, but I have the resolution right here to motion to withdraw and place it on our resolution calendar. That's Congressional Resolution 20-195. So move. Oh, hold on. Short recess, Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Chairman Berman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Speaker. Motion to place, withdraw and place CR 20-195 on our resolution calendar.
It's been moved and seconded that CR number 20-195 be placed on today's resolution calendar. Any discussion? If none, we shall vote. CR, the motion now is to withdraw and place CR number 20-195. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. We now have,
Speaker, I take it that the relevant rules
the
are
relevant
still-
rules are still suspended. We now have CR number 20-195.
Motion
placed on
for its
today's-
adoption.
It's been moved and seconded that CR number 20-195 be adopted by Congress. Chief Clerk, please read the title.
Mr. Speaker, CR number 20-195 is a resolution authorizing the President to resubmit the nomination of Mr. Alexander R. Naron to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees of the FSM Trust Fund of the Federated States of Micronesia, representing the national government.
Discussion?
Question.
None. Question has been called for. The motion now pending is to adopt CR number 20-195. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Congress has adopted CR number 20-195. Next resolution, Chief Clerk.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, point of privilege.
State your point.
Speaker, when I was looking across to the other side, I thought the two Kosayan ladies were from the high school or from the College of Micronesia here. On behalf of Chairman Woolley and all our behalf, I wish to introduce two very special ladies who always treat members of delegation and all of us who travel to Kusai for our committee hearings very generously and in a very good island spirit. I'd really like to introduce Ruthie Lakamas, who is the Executive Secretary at the Kusai Delegation Office for recognition. Can we please welcome them to the chamber? And of course, Kenya Ismail, who is the Secretary, and thank you to both ladies for always treating members and staff so good in Kusai. Thank you. Let's welcome them to the chamber. Kailangan, Speaker.
Short recess, Speaker.
Short recess.
Item 20, Mr. Speaker, introduction of bills and resolutions.
If you have any measures to introduce, please pass them forward. Next item.
Miscellaneous communications? There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 22, miscellaneous business.
Any miscellaneous business?
Speaker,
Chairman Ursma.
for the interest of quorum, I move that we go down to item 24.
Second.
If there's no objection, we shall move to item number 24.
And before I make any other motion, I make a motion, I so move that the Speaker, Vice Speaker, and Floor Leader would review the journal of our session from day one to whenever this session is adjourned, and make technical corrections to the journal when necessary. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the presiding officers, Speaker, Vice Speaker, and Floor Leader make the necessary adjustments if needed to the journals with the necessary approvals. All those in favor of the said motion say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried.
Speaker,
You have the floor.
thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that Congress adjourn sine die.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adjourn sine die. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. May we all rise for a moment of silence. I hereby declare the 7th special session of the 20th Congress adjourned sine die.